Okay, my first try went 4.5 minutes. I'm gonna try again because I don't want to make you a super long video, but this is Nathan's video for future self, uploading this to YouTube so I can keep track of them. But anyway, I want to preface this by saying I really liked your story. I really like the voice your writing has. I like the language you used. I could tell you put thought into your language and you picked good words with good connotations. You didn't just write a very basic piece with very basic language. I appreciated that. I could tell your reading level's probably higher than 4th grade, so I appreciate that. I think sometimes people just rush into pieces and don't even care to bother with their language, but I could tell you put time into yours, so I really appreciated that. As a reader, I really liked your title, and I come from a dying church. Ours has been going downhill since my 8th grade year of high school. We have been, or 8th grade year of middle school. We haven't had a pastor, a consistent one, for 6 years now, so we're very struggling. We have voters meetings all the time, and even I myself am struggling to attend because it can be really hard. So I appreciated you covering the story because I think a lot of people in the church recognize issues like this, but a lot of people outside of the church do not, even though these church issues can be a community issue. If you look at statistics, I'm sure you've seen some before, I've learned about them, that like crime rates are just, they get like, you know, we're talking about this in sociology, not related, but crime rates go down when there's more churches, and like even if you don't, like an atheist I think can appreciate that aspect of the church. So I think bringing this attention to the church in a broader spectrum can really help, and I think it is necessary. So I'm glad you talked about this issue in your piece. I liked the topic. Real quick, I want to explain why I called it flat. So do you remember the fairy tale exercise we did where we did that graph? I don't remember the guy's name, but we wrote like the graph and each point was a certain point in the graph and we saw the movement. Okay, I'm going to stop saying the word graph. So the fairy tales had a lot of movement there with minor conflicts and like a little hope and then a major conflict, and it moved and it kept you reading. There wasn't a lot of conflicts in your story. I think it was mostly the church is dying, the church is still dying, no one wants to attend church still, church is still boring, the pastor's still struggling, oh, she found a place. Like, there wasn't a ton of movement. If there was a little bit of hope and then maybe a major bomb was dropped on her, you know, like metaphorically, I think that would help create movement and a little more drama and interest. So I think the story was lacking a little bit in that department. But other than that, I really liked it. So, oh, under 3 minutes. Okay.